Sorry about that, guys. Actually, I don't know what actually happened to the feed. It said that I had a low signal, but I've been doing these Facebook Lives for about 3 or 4 months now, almost every other day, and I've never had an issue before. But I guess I was hitting some nerves or whatever. Anyway, let's get back into the whole sugar thing. High fructose corn syrup. I'm talking about the proper way to actually do that. Most packaged goods have high fructose corn syrup inside of it. It's hidden in different languages and things of that sort, but have to remember you have to start reading and also eating less packaged goods as well. So there's a lot of hidden sugars in there. You can replace it with stevia. Stevia is a plant-based sugar that's mostly an alcohol that actually has the body sort of absorb it real fast and actually gets rid of it. Doesn't taste exactly like sugar. It has a unique taste to it, so you have to get used to it, but it's actually really good for the body. In fact, actually, stevia has been shown that it can actually lower your blood glucose level, and with diabetics, that's a phenomenal thing. Maple syrup is always a good way to go because maple syrup, at the proper and non-GMO organic maple syrup, is always the best way to go. It comes from a tree, it's natural, of course, don't overdo it. You can use it in baking, you can use it on different things as well. So it's a great way to actually sweeten things. Not agave. Not agave. Do not use agave. And the reason why I say not agave, because most agave is actually a form of high fructose corn syrup. Is not from the agave plant. It's not from the cactus plant. It's actually from either ground up. Because as you know, pineapples, you can only grow one pineapple on that tree. What they do is they take the roots, they grind it up, and they boil it down, and they do some other things to it, and then they have the agave. I learned that about maybe 7 to 8 years ago. I used to eat a lot of agave. I used to get a lot of headaches trying to figure out why I was having all these headaches. It was from the agave. I did a lot of research over that. The second thing you can do to stop inflammation right here and right now is make sure you have enough omega oils in your system on a daily basis. Omega-3s, omega-6 is more importantly for your diaphragm. Sorry, I said a case study with diaphragm pain. Sorry. More importantly for your cardiac health, it's been shown to actually help reduce cholesterol, but actually increase the good cholesterol inside your body, but also combat the inflammation that's inside of the heart muscle itself. Phenomenal omega-3s and omega-6s. But I do prefer hemp oil. Hemp oil is phenomenal. I used to use hemp oil maybe like 10, 15, 20 years ago before it was really, really big. Because I was noticing on myself that if I had a cracked lip or I had a sore somewhere or a scratch, I put some hemp oil on it and it healed very fast. Doing my research, it showed that hemp oil actually can heal epithelial cells, skin cell, organelle cells, veins, venules, arteries a lot faster, almost 3 times as fast as anything else, because it helps oxygenate the body and it helps to with those oils to reconnect things as well. So the hemp oil is very, very good too. You can actually ingest it. I actually had this little thing where I said, have about 2 or 3 ounces of water, a teaspoon of hemp oil, a squeeze of lemon juice, a little bit of Himalayan sea salt, mix it together and shoot it down as a little shooter. A way for you to get your hemp oil in your system on a daily basis. Also alkaline your body. But the reason why I love hemp oil because it has omegas 3, 6, 9, and also 12 as well, which is you get everything you need in one fell swoop. Of course, the coconut oil is always great. There's a lot of research where it shows coconut oil has been actually helping to reoxygenate the brain, also reconnect some of the brain waves and things of that sort. So it's very, very good. Olive oil is always great too because again, those phytochemicals, phytonutrients are there inside of esterols are inside of the olive oil and also the coconut oil too that help your body basically heal itself as natural as possible. You gotta also make sure that when you're ingesting these things, make sure that it is a organic source, non-GMO source as well. Then get back to the sugar for a second. The only reason I'm bringing that whole thing up, because a lot of times we say that someone's getting diabetes and have diabetes because of their diet, that they actually are eating too much sugar, but that's not the case. It's usually the fact that they are actually ingesting too much bad oil. The hydrogenated oils, things of that sort, the margarines, things of that sort, is what's actually creating a lot of these diabetes because we've seen under a microscope that the molecules for these things are like little razor edges and it cuts the arteries and the veins over and over again, creating more repair, creating more inflammation and causing the body to actually break itself down. So you gotta be very, very careful about ingesting these things. So that's why I'm saying have a lot of these plant oils, not fat oil, not animal fats, but more plant oils a lot more rarely to actually help heal your body a lot faster as well. As well as the fact that when you ingest too much sugar, you have this sugar, hangover that you feel sometimes, almost like you feel inflamed, sick, and things like that. I tell people, you know, red wine can be great occasionally, but if you notice if you had 1 or 2 glasses of red wine, how the next day you feel a little nasally and your hands feel a little more puffy, is yes, you are dehydrated, but also the histamines inside of the red wine is causing a lot of more inflammation. The same concept when you have too much sugar in your system, of you over, you know, do it from the desserts, things like that from dinner, you also have that inflammation inside your body. So you gotta be very, very careful to make sure you have the proper oils as well as the proper amount of sugar in your diet. Maybe, you know, on a daily basis, you should only have, I think it's at about 12 teaspoons of sugar a day. And I say teaspoons just as a marker, and that includes, you know, even when you eat fruits, dried fruits, whatever. If you put sugar somewhere or you eat something that's sugary, it should be no more than about 12, you know, teaspoons, where your body can actually absorb that stuff. You can actually get rid of it, and it actually gives you the proper amount of energy as well. And again, this is all types of good, healthy sugars too. In fact, I would actually say maybe 8 to 12 realistically, because that's still a lot, but your body needs a certain amount in order to function as well. The last one that I would say that you guys would love to do is learn how to fast. The reason why I say learn how to fast from meat. Meat, and I think the study says has shown that we Americans eat about 50 times the amount of meat that our ancestors ate about, I think, 200 to 400 years ago. So it's 50 times the amount. So they didn't have that on a daily basis. They actually are, you know, they would have more, you know, root veggies. They would have more leafy veggies, things of that sort, and have smaller portions of meat as well. We today actually tend to have about, I think, 70 to 80% of our plate be protein, and the rest be anything else, starchy foods, and maybe a salad here and there. But you have to sort of switch that around. You need to learn how to fast from a lot of this meat. Because again, not saying meat is completely bad on its face, is the amount of meat that we are eating, the protein shakes, the actual, you know, quick snack bar that actually now has protein inside of it. The fact that you have protein for breakfast, protein for lunch, protein for dinner as well, along with all these protein shakes, your body cannot absorb all of that and actually process it. You'll go to acidosis. Acidosis is when the kidney has too much protein inside of it and it just start to spit something out, and your body has to break itself down. So I'm slowly as well. So you gotta be very, very careful. I tell patients all the time, you know, detox from meat, you know, fast from meat. You know, I'm not saying completely cut it out your diet, but then, you know, maybe versus having the red meat and all those other things, maybe only have fish, not even shellfish. I mean, regular fish, you know, once a day, and the rest of that you sort of figure out, maybe have a soup or, you know, different things like that. You know, if you're gonna have meat, maybe have it in the form of a broth versus having the actual protein itself, because again, the broth actually has, you know, part of the good fats and has some of the, you know, the animal steroids inside of that you can actually ingest, and it's actually easy for your body to absorb those things versus the actual, you know, flesh. So you got to be careful and just do different hacks like that. These things, you know, excess, you know, fat, or I'm sorry, excess meat inside the system, or excess protein is, again, causing more inflammation. If your body's not able to digest things and absorb it, you're going to have more of an issue long term. So these are, you know, of course, you can always eat more water, drink more water, and things of that sort. What else? It's many different things you can do, but I think if you guys, you know, decrease the amount of sugar you take on a daily basis, you actually increase the good oils in your system on a daily basis, and actually you decrease the amount of meat that you have on a daily basis, you'll see that a lot of inflammation that you guys have will start to slowly go away. Again, I'm not saying completely get rid of everything, but if you're, you know, having sugar all day long, you know, if you get tired, you grab some sweet things and that. So if you're having sugar all day long, you want to reduce that down. You see how your body functions. Replace that with really good oils inside your system, and then also reduce the amount of meat and increase the amount of greens you actually are having. You'll see that your body will start to heal itself. I say in less than a month, you see that your body has gone from, you know, being sluggish all day long to now responding a lot faster and healing a lot faster as well. I deal with my patients all the time, and I get phenomenal results, as well as I put out, I mean, these diets all the time, and I hear people tell me, you know, yeah, I did that for 2 weeks, and I feel I've had the most energy I've had in the last 10 years. I'm like, well, stay with it. Most of them stay with someone, you know, feel like, well, I need a stick every now and then. Every now and again is fine, but not every day. Okay, guys? So again, If you guys have any questions, please always feel free to give me questions down here. Give me comments. And if you like this information, always share this information with people. But I'm putting this information out to make sure that you guys are seeing that there's a wide variety of ways to heal yourself and remain healthy on a daily basis. I love doing this information. I only go off questions that you guys ask me. So again, ask away, comment away, share this information over and over again. Always go to healingblendesglobal.com for more information. We have recipes over there. We have, different blog things. We have different, crazy things that we're doing all the time, and a ton of videos too. So if you guys have any questions, always feel free to leave me a comment. 2 thumbs up. Talk to you soon. God bless.